Hey, Shalom. Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire, in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. And Shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect out there. This video is going to be about how two-thirds of our people would do anything that this devil tells them to do. Anything that this devil tells them to do. You could eat a turkey and have a feast any other day. Any other day. But they gonna do it when the devil tells them to. Every third, fourth, I think third Thursday of November on Thanksgiving. Even though it's a celebration of the death of a massacre, the Pequot massacre. When you trace it back, they declared a day of Thanksgiving after that. And that's the true history. Or they can give gifts and eat a feast any other day, but they choose to do it on December 25th, on a day which is not the Lord's birthday, even though he would never celebrate it. It's not his birthday. It's Nimrod's birthday. They still celebrate. They still celebrate that folly day. They still choose to give the gifts and to have a feast, and also have a dead tree in their crib. You know, that Jeremiah 10 tree. Our people choose to follow the customs of the heathen. When the scriptures teach against that. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Which Yahweh Shem Yahushai speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain, and it goes on to describe the Christmas tree. Goes on to describe it. Yeah, this was during the times of Jeremiah, which was before, way before the time of Yahushua HaMashiach. Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Verse 5. They are upright as a palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither is it in them to do good. Now, ain't that sound familiar? What they do on December 25th? Don't that shit sound familiar? Yet our people do it anyways. This information has been out. But our people are stiff-necked. Let me get this. Rebellious children. Yeah. Isaiah 30:9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children. Yeah, I'm going to read the one before. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. Verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And they trust in oppression. That's why they do everything that the oppressor Esau tells them to do. Which say to the seers, verse 10, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. They want us to be like, you can celebrate Thanksgiving, you can celebrate Christmas, you can celebrate Easter, all these pagan folly days, you can celebrate them. It's alright. Go do your thing, Jake. That's what they want us to say. They want us to prophesy deceits. You know? Verse 11, get ye out of the way, turn aside of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. That's what they say all day, man. They don't want to celebrate these holy days. They don't want to observe these holy days. No, they would rather observe these folly days. They'd rather observe days that are based upon folly, based upon paganism, upon myths, based upon lies, then these holy days, which are based upon facts. That's what they would rather do. Our people would rather be like the heathen and celebrate the customs of the heathen. Majority of our people, 2/3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. 2 3. And even though, hold on, it's written, Slakia, it's written, it's a better one. Yeah, because these feasts are also commandments. Yeah, Deuteronomy 4 and 2. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your power, which I command you. Summon. KJV. I'm trying to look for something specific. But that could apply to it. That could definitely apply to it. Deuteronomy 4 and 2 could definitely apply to it. But also it's written this right here. Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy not thou not the oppressor. Quit trying to, like, our people always want to be like the heathen, right? 2/3. They desire the way of the Grecians the most. Envy not thou the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Proverbs 3 and 31. But what do our people do? Yeah. 2 Maccabees 4 and 15. not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all. That's our people all the way, man. That's 2/3 all the way. Two-thirds of you so-called black people, Latinos, and Native Americans, and 2/3 of you Israelite foreigners here in the States, here in Babylon, the land of our captivity, the mainland of our captivity. That's what y'all like to do, man. Y'all like the glory of the Grecians best of all. That's why y'all celebrate these folly days with the heathen and with Esau. When Esau tells you to celebrate him, tells you to celebrate what Esau tells you to celebrate, you celebrate. It doesn't matter if it's celebrating the massacre of your own people and you find out. Doesn't matter. You still majority of y'all still celebrate it. This truth has been out. This and this information has been out. You know, it's been out for so long. Y'all have no cloak. They have not. Just like back then. Nowadays, even more so because the truth has reached the four corners of the earth through the internet, man. John 15:22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. Now they have no cloak for their sin. And that's why they're upset, but at the same time, they're gonna continue celebrating these folly days because it feels good to the flesh. And because they want to be like the heathens. They desire the glory of the Grecians. They desire the glory of the Grecians. Also, yeah, because they don't want to, and there's some, they don't want to be left out, man. They don't want to be left out. When the scriptures say this right here, for those of y'all that don't want to be left out, and that's why y'all do it. That's why y'all participate and, get into the folly day spirit. That's why y'all do it. 2nd Ezra 14:14. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. Verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Put off now the weak nature. Those of y'all that are like, I don't do it. If I don't celebrate, I don't buy Thanksgiving dinner for my family. I don't help them with Thanksgiving dinner. If I don't buy gifts for Christmas for my family, they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me. This is what you gotta do, man. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, putting out off now the weak nature. I'm not saying go around and just tell people when they say Happy Thanksgiving. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. When they say Happy Thanksgiving, they're not gonna say Happy Thanksgiving. That would be something that they wouldn't say. They'd say Happy Thanksgiving. When they say that, you just say same to you. You know, if you're trying to play Clark Kent, you know. But if you're in a public setting and you're trying to play Clark Kent, but if you're with your family and they know that you in the truth, you could tell them, I guess, I don't celebrate that. When they know that you're in the truth, they know that you don't celebrate that, and they tell you that anyways. You know, you could just ignore them or apply that same concept and be like, same to you. Or if they say Merry Christmas to you and you're in public and shit, and you just say same to you. You ain't gotta ask that way. You ain't actually saying Merry Christmas to them. But this is sort of what Elder Manatazagba recommended way back. But yeah, you don't gotta celebrate it just because they tell you gotta celebrate it. They tell you, oh, you don't celebrate it. Well, actually, they pressure you. You know what I'm saying, right? They pressure you. You don't gotta do it. You don't gotta do it. Just put off now the weak nature. Let go of from the mortal thoughts. But yeah, that's for those of y'all that are doing it, that are actually celebrating it, but you're celebrating it because your family might be getting mad at you. You might live in the crib with parents that, with your parents, and your parents, you know, they know you're in the truth, but they still pressure you to celebrate it. These folly days, you know. Now, don't argue with them. Just respectfully tell them that you don't celebrate it. Thanks, but I don't celebrate it. Something like that. But for those of y'all that celebrate because, oh, really it's because no matter what the truth is, y'all celebrate these folly days no matter what the truth about them is, because Esau says to celebrate it, so you do it. Y'all going the fuck off. You're not supposed to envy the oppressor and choose his ways. And this is what our ancestors did during the time of the Maccabees, and they paid dearly for it. Verse 16 of 2 Maccabees chapter 4, by reason whereof sword calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things. Verse 17, for it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of the Most High Power Yahweh, but the time following shall declare these things. So it was judgment on our people because they didn't set by the honors of their fathers, but liked the glory of the Grecians best of all. They chose the glory of the Grecians. They chose those customs of the heathen, the ways of the heathen. They envied the oppressor and learned his ways. And that's what our people have done today, too. And that's why Jacob's trouble is coming. It's going to be like a time like no other. Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Even the time of Jacob's trouble. So it's going to be worse in the Maccabee era. It's going to be worse in slavery. And it's going to be worse than slavery. Imagine that. All the fucked up shit these devils did to our people during slavery. That time period of Jacob's trouble is going to be worse than that. It's going to be worse than the time of the conquistadores for the northern kingdom. It's going to be worse than all that. Worse than the time that Esau was taking the land and putting you all in slavery for the northern kingdom, Latino and Native Americans. It's going to be worse. Worse than all the times we was put in the siege back when we was in the land. Siege of Jerusalem, 70 AD. The siege of Jerusalem by the Babylonians. The siege that was put on the northern kingdom by the Assyrians. Or by Assyrians, by other nations. All worse than all these other times. It's going to be worse than that. And you 2/3, y'all gonna die. Horrible deaths. Ultimately, the death by nukes is gonna be the worst death ever. But you're gonna be dying during Jacob's trouble too. But y'all are gonna experience death by pain. Second Ezra's 9 and 12. The same must know after death by pain. Who? Second Ezra's 9 and 11. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, while as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain. And so, gonna know that you fucked up after you died at death by pain. What kind of deaths are coming? Khan. And it's going to be worse than that, what happened back then. So this, but worse. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 1. Then said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel, then said Yahweh by Shem Yahushai unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people, cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. Verse 2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. Verse 3, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, the sword to slay, and the dog to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And it's going to be much worse than it was back then, because this was written during the days of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah. It's going to be worse than it was back then. Jacob's trouble, a time like no other. But 2/3 will still not consider. So 2/3 gotta go on this side. And they're gonna come back in their right mind. But they're gonna wake up to everlasting shame. Because all Israel shall be saved. Romans 11:26, and so Israel shall be saved. As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. So yeah, on the other side, y'all gonna be alright, but y'all gonna wake up with this. Daniel 12:2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Y'all gonna look back at your lives on this side like, damn, why was we so hard-headed? Why were we wise to do evil, but to do good we knew nothing? Why didn't we listen? That's what y'all gonna be thinking. But with that, I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. And shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect out there. Abba Ball, death to Babylon, Abba Gawayim, death to these other nations. Well, Abba Adawamium, death to these Edomites, Abba Gawayim, death to these other nations, Wa Abba Yabim Nawa, death to the rest of our enemies, the rest of our enemies being wicked as 2/3 of you so-called black people, Latinos, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners, aka speckled birds, 2/3 of y'all here in the States, as well as you wicked Israelites scattered to the four corners of the earth. Death is also coming to y'all. Shalom, stay strong, Abba Ball, Wa Yasharala forever. Shalom. And Wa means and. Shalom.